Hey everybody, Hugh Kellenberger here, coming to you from the Tad Pad following Ole Miss's 61-54 win against Auburn. The story of this game is Ole Miss basically survives. They live to see another day, a loss against Auburn, which looked pretty likely when the team struggled through that first 20 minutes. It was down 7 at halftime. You lose this game, you're certainly talking about you got swept by an Auburn team that half of its SEC wins would have come against you. You would have lost 4 out of 5. It's hard to imagine Ole Miss getting off the mat after that sort of thing. They do get off the mat in this one game, survive to play next week against Vanderbilt and Kentucky, and continue to be in the periphery of the NCAA tournament picture. And you have to credit Murphy Holloway for that. Junior forward, he's the emotional leader of this team, was challenged at halftime. He said by Andy Kennedy to lead and that if he led, they would follow. He did exactly that. He scores 14 straight points. 12 of them came during a 12-0 run. He scored 12. The rest of his teammates scored 0, and Vanderbilt scored 0. It's only an 11-point deficit turns into a 1-point lead. Ole Miss holds on. It went back and forth for a couple minutes after that, but the last 6 minutes, Ole Miss never trailed. Nick Williams gets a big three-pointer with 5 minutes left at the end of a shot clock. Seemed to be kind of a relief shot for them. They were a little hesitant offensively. And him making that at the end of the shot clock, particularly, I think, kind of opened up some good feelings for them. Kind of, gave them a little bit of momentum. And then Reginald Buckner came up with that great block with about 30 seconds left, and that was absolutely critical because if Auburn makes that shot, it's a whole kind of different ball game at that point. Like I said, Ole Miss just really gets them in the picture for another week in that Vanderbilt game. And you're talking about two teams that are playing right now and are deadlocked at Memorial Gym. Luckily for Ole Miss, Vanderbilt's going to be coming here. They're a different team away from Nashville. And then you have to go to Kentucky, and it's number 1 Kentucky. And certainly anything can happen within the span of 40 minutes. But this Ole Miss team matching up with that Kentucky team, it's difficult to fathom as it is with pretty much every other team in the country. So it's not really a slight on Ole Miss by saying that. But, the Rebels have to win. It's pretty simple at this point. It's the dog days of February. It's not madness yet. You just have to survive. You have to continue to do what you have to do to put yourself in position that first week of March to play your way in and know that you have a chance and not have to have some miracle 4 wins and 4-day run through a tournament. That's just, it happens, but you can't count on it. There's reasons why it's so rare to happen. If you can't put together consistent games over the course of a couple weeks, how do you do it 4 games in 4 days? It's quite simple as that. So like I said, Ole Miss gets a nice win. Murphy Holloway, good to see him back. He's been bothered by that ankle. Seemed to be back a little bit tonight. He finishes with 20 points. He finishes with 11 rebounds after he had, I believe, 8 and 4 against Mississippi State. Good production from Reginald Buckner. Shy of the free throw line. He was 1 of 8 there. The rest of the team was 12 of 17. So that's important to note. That 13 and 25 line as a team is pretty ugly. That's pretty much all Reg. 12 of 17 you'll take, particularly from this Ole Miss team. As always, appreciate you guys listening, watching this. Check us out, ClarionLedger.com, in print, the Clarion Ledger newsstand. Subscribe, please. Very much appreciate it. Thanks a lot.